It's a good day. I'm on the ferry going into town for the Morris Majors meeting. I am using the Olympus E-M10 Mark II after the update of the firmware to version 1.4. It's a ferry that has to turn round before she can make the way into the harbour, so I am doing a pan. Finding my balance on the ferry that's rocking a bit. Some passengers here. I'm now standing still and the ferry's turning. She has completed the turn. Compared to my SH1 and SH2 Olympus pocket zooms, I found that the E-M10 does a little bit more focus hunting on video, particularly in the dark. The purpose of this is, having installed firmware version 1.4, how bad is the focus hunting? On the website said that the improvement in version 1.4 is stability with some older memory cards. My memory cards are now about 3 years old, so maybe the improvement will address my issues with focus hunting. I zoomed in with version 1.3 at the far end, the hunting on video became apparent. I am using the 40-150 kit zoom lens, and I am now at 150 millimeters, and I have not turned on the ×2 digital magnification. At the city end, the ferry's turning now. See what time it is. There you are. That will do. I am now on the train between Devonport and Newmarket. Next stop, Parnell. I have changed from the 40-150mm lens to the 14-40mm lens. The lenses that this E-M10 Mark II came with have still got up-to-date firmware in them. The firmware on this 14 to 42mm lens is 1.2.
We are now arriving at Parnell. This station is unsuitable for wheelchair and mobility access, whilst further construction is carried out. To open the door, press the green button when lit. station is Newmarket.
That is where I'm getting off.
We are now arriving at Newmarket. Change here for Onehunga and Western Line services. To open the door, press the green button when lit.
There you go, Newmarket. I'm in the right street, although I've forgotten its name. This is where he came from. Sorry, no worries. Thank you. These nice people have made allowance for me being a tourist with my camera. Thank you. If you ever get to watch this, I'll finish this spasm now.
The next station is Parnell. This is a Western Line service to Britomart.
Coming back, I'm on the other side of the train. Again, this is the E-M10 Mark II with a 1442 lens. Again, the purpose is to see whether we still get the same focus hunting that I did with the firmware version 1.3. Since yesterday afternoon I got firmware version 1.4 and it's intended to have better stability with the old style cards that I have here. On some of the return train trip from Newmarket to Britomart, I had the sun lighting up the dust on the window, so I ditched that segment. I am now in Quay Street. The ferry is in about 20 minutes. so I'm going along Key Street for a bit. No cruise ships here today. The Pacific area will arrive tomorrow at 7:30. I am now on the ferry that will go from Queen's Wharf in downtown Auckland back to Devonport. And on the way back I am using the 14-42mm lens on the E-M10 Mark II. The 14-42mm lens has got a motorized zoom. If you do notice some movement, it's because I'm turning around. That's the ferry I was on. Again, I am using the 14-42mm lens, and this is as much zoom as I've got on that. I am still on the 14-42mm lens at full zoom, but I now have engaged the 2x digital zoom. And the Ferry building towards the right is where I just come from. And that seagull doesn't like my camera. And here's the black-backed gull that was objecting to my camera just before. Maybe he wants to be in it. Today is the 9th of May 2019 and I am Henry Faulkner.